Mathematics, how much gold can you hold in an elephant's ear? When it's noon on the moon, then what time is it here? If you could count for a year, would you get to infinity or somewhere in that vicinity? When you choose how much postage to use, when you know what's the chance it will snow, when you bet and you end up in debt. Oh, try as you may, you just can't get away from mathematics.
Good morning and welcome to day one of online learning with Mr. Weeb. This is going to be an exciting time of teaching to an empty classroom. It's going to be a little different, but we will work through this together and hopefully it will all make sense. And if ever you have questions or you don't understand something I've said or drawn on the board, please feel free to email me at scott.weeb@sandbachchristian.ca or give me a call here at the school. I will be here in school from 9 till 4, and you can give me a call or you can send me an email, and I will respond to your questions either verbally or through email or through tomorrow's video, depending on how it all goes. So today we're starting a new unit. We're starting a unit on work and energy. It's really a continuation of what we did with momentum. We learned about the conservation of momentum and how when objects collide, there is a conservation of momentum. As with energy and work as well, there's a conservation of that as well, as we will look into as we get into it. Today is going to be very short. It's going to be a simple lesson on what is work, and there's many definitions of work. Some of you probably have your own definitions of work and what that entails, but we are going to look at the physics definition of work. And as you can see on the board behind me, we have a formula for work, and it's simple. If we apply a force to an object that causes that object to move a certain distance, that we are doing work on that object. So it's quite simple. Force times displacement is our formula for work. And it's really quite straightforward. The unit for work is the Newton meter. And as we'll learn as we move into energy, we will transfer that into what we'll call a joule later on for energy. But for now, it is a Newton times meter for it. And really, it's that simple. If you are moving an object with a force, you're doing work on it. And that can be horizontally, it can be vertically, etc. As with all things we have done this year, it is important to keep in mind that direction is important. If an object is moving horizontally, then we will use and the force is being applied horizontally, we can simply multiply the two numbers together, force times displacement. If we are moving an object horizontally by pulling or pushing on it on an angle, it's important that we use whatever force is in the same direction as motion. So if this object is moving horizontally, we will want to be using the horizontal force. And of course, we can find that using our right angle trigonometry that you are all very good at. So continue to do that. And that's it for today. I don't know if there's much more I can say about that. It's really simple. I'm going to be putting a few questions on Connect out of a textbook, not your textbook, but out of a different textbook. And it'll be just a PDF that you can find on the Connect page. And it's real simple. If you can follow these instructions, again, make sure you read questions carefully, figure out directionally which one's going where, and you can find the work done. Now, work in itself is a scalar. It does not have a direction. So you don't need to worry about direction with work. When we do work on an object, it is just a measure of how much effort we are putting into something. It does not have a directional component to it. That's it. That's all I got for you for today. As we leave these videos, I want to share with you a daily verse. And so today's daily verse, it's actually verses, comes from Philippians chapter 4, verses 4 through 9. Our church is going through Philippians, and yesterday's sermon was on this particular passage. And it also came up as my verse of the day, and so I'm going to read it to you and leave you with it today. Philippians 4, verse 4 says, "Rejoice in the Lord always. I say it again, rejoice. Let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. Do not be anxious about anything, But in everything, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Finally, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put into practice, and the God of peace will be with you. God bless. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.